Oh shit, am I on? Oh shit. Hey, this is all right. Hey, how are we doing, everybody? Hey, I'm back. We are live, pal. I can't believe it. The time has finally arrived. It is AEW Friday Night Dynamite. And I figured because of the special time, it'd be appropriate to get back into the live thing just for a little bit. And grace you with my presence here. The SmackDown review, Jay Biggs is still doing that one. That one's going to come out either later tonight or tomorrow morning. But for right now, I just want to say hey and say it's good to be back in the live stream mode. Thank you all for joining me here. This is going to be, I'm a little rusty. I'm not going to lie. Haven't done a live stream since just before WrestleMania. So it feels good to get back into this though. You can see I didn't invest too much time in graphics this time around like I did for the SmackDown reviews, but I do have this lower third here to show you the card for what happened tonight on Friday Night Dynamite as we barrel toward Double or Nothing weekend. First of all, can we talk about the return of the full crowd? I don't know, it was 100% full on Friday night, but it's the most it's been, and it was really cool to see. The acoustics felt weird where I'm like, this sounds like there's just moments on the show where I'm like, this should be louder. I feel like everything should have been responded to a bit more excitedly. So I don't know if it was just the acoustics or what. I don't know. It didn't feel, there's moments where I thought, like this crowd didn't feel right, but it was cool to see the sea of people. And, yeah, it was very cool. It's just something I missed looking at. You saw a little bit of that WrestleMania, and it feels like it's becoming more normal now. It's going to be great, and it just makes me desire more to be in front of fans for the shows I'm part of. I know I'm going to be part of, Best in the World on July 11th. That's going to have fans, and I've actually got at least one or two dates, independent dates, locked in right now that are going to be in front of people later this year. I'm really excited about. So. Yeah, a lot of fireworks in the background of this show too. That was really bizarre. I was like, are people setting off fireworks? Then JR even says it. That was confusing to me. But let's just talk about again. It's a live crowd. It's back for the most part. Single tunnel setup tonight. Really taking advantage of the space. Want to include more audience members, it seems. Your opening match is Darby Allin versus Cesar Bononi, and match was okay, but to me it was kind of immaterial compared to the environment and the context of what we were in, the return of crowds and everything. And yeah, it was standard match. You've got Allin winning with the coffin drop, and then afterward he wants a piece of Ethan Page and Darby Allin, and then they show up on stage and they say they're not going to go fight in their fancies for free. I like that phrase. I want to start using that, in their fancies, more often. So he says Double or Nothing will be the end of one legend and the beginning of two more. That was Scorpio's line. The Wingmen, the rest of the guys with Cesar's team shows up. They start jumping Sting and Allin, and then Paige and Sky join in. Scorpio is about to Pillmanize Sting's leg, but the Dark Order make the save. And that's how that segment ends. And we're not done with the build for this particular match yet. We will see the rebuttal very soon here, and I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. But fine opening match. I think Darby and Sting are like a correct. I'm not saying they're the correct, but they are a correct act to bring out for the first people to show up. With the crowd and everything. Obviously, they did Dark before that, but I mean, when it counts here on Dynamite. So once again, thank you all for joining me at this point. We're back to live for this week only at this point, because I heard that next week's Dynamite's also gonna be on Friday. Nope, not doing that. Sorry, I'm out of town, sucker. So what was that? Did you hear that? I thought my phone was on silent. I thought I heard something bark at me over here. That was really weird. I'm pretty sure this is muted. Yeah. Okay, now it is. That was bizarre. Anyway, yeah, we are live, pal. It's live TV, folks. We got about 131 people here watching. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And like all my other live streams, if you do a super chat, I will get to that after I'm done with the review. So for those of you who are new to this scene, let's see here. Cody Rhodes and Anthony Gogo, the weigh-in. I hated this link so much. Even this angle notwithstanding, this segment, this segment killed my desire to see this match by a lot. It's moderated by Paul White, former Big Show. Was this always his theme when he debuted here? It just felt like too techno and too like doesn't fit his vibe. Can't you give me some blues riff, some familiar dun 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 dun? Come on, just Jimmy Hart this one for me. That's all I'm asking. I don't think I can. I can't handle Big Show with another theme. So anyway, the Factory comes out, and there's this other guy who's not QT, Camarado, or Solo, or a Gogo there, this big curly-haired kid. And who the fuck are these people with Cody? Like, he brings the entire Nightmare family with him, literally his family, because I believe his sister Teal Margaret is there as well. All these students, there's Dustin, there's Brandy, everyone's there to support Cody for this completely meaningless fluff. White takes his sweet ass time weighing in Cody. Like, it's got the manual scale. He's like, the show is literally doing it himself. I thought he was just gonna host it and there'd be some professional fucking scale made, a scale meter made or something. I don't know if that's the term. A scale reader, someone who's versed in this thing to like do the measuring. No, Big Show does it himself because I guess they're short one extra that day. So Paul White does it, and then finally Anthony Gogo gets weighed in. Well, there's an Austin Powers chant, which I thought was, again, everything's so timely with this angle, right? So he outweighs Cody by a single pound, and then QT Marshall grabs the mic and says, "Oh, Gogo's going to win on Sunday because he outweighs Cody by 1 pound." We get like pose-offs between Cody and a Gogo. The Rhodes chase off the Factory. Cody thanks Paul White for coming and says, "Hey, goodbye, everybody, thanks." And then his music plays. Yay, buy this pay-per-view. What the fuck was this thing? It just felt like nothing was planned and everything was just ad-libbed. No one had a script. It was just, just go out there and feel it, man. QT, if you want to interject, you make it happen, dude. This was just like, I thought it was going to end with a Gogo punching Teal Margaret. Am I wrong for saying that? I thought it was going to be something where he accidentally just cold cocks her or something. And oh no, now it makes it really personal. Like, God, I've been having conversations with Izzy about this, and she really made a good point. There's so many other ways you could do this. You could have this element of like a Gogo beating up Austin Gunn and other people in Cody's thing without having to invoke this whole America versus USA thing. And I mean, I've been beating this dead horse a lot in the last few weeks, but it just feels like, yeah, this whole thing, it's got Rocky written all over it with Apollo Creed, man. It's so weird. But I thought it was going to go this whole route of, yeah, like a Gogo is going to do something to take it even further, more heat for a Gogo. And like nothing happens. They just do the weigh-in and they're like, yeah, let's pose. And like the crowd just didn't give a shit by the end. It was so weird. Why was she there if she wasn't gonna get punched? That's all I'm gonna say. Let's see here. Oh, somebody asked if I watched Tony Khan's promo on Twitter where he takes a shot at Nick Khan. Yeah, that was fine. Whatever, dude. Like, who's gonna stop him? He's got the money. He's a fucking billionaire. Who the fuck's gonna stop him? We get a Stadium Stampede hype package. The highlight of this for me is Sean Spears with what I believe is his only line in this package at the very end. Some people are born to be buried. Okay, man. All right. I think you know where the bodies are buried, Jack. We see Powerhouse Hobbs and Christian Cage brawling in the back. And then we go to see Hangman Page versus Joey Janela. A lot of stuff happens between match 1 and match 2 of the show is all I'm saying, folks. We got Taz on commentary here. Hangman and Janella. It harkens back a little bit to me to their match at All In several years ago. Their street fight feels like an eternity ago, honestly. Pretty good match. It ends. Like, Paige just starts bleeding like crazy. Like, from what? I watched it back a few times. I'm like, what did he do? Unless it was like some strike and like a super delayed reaction where the cut then I don't know, some like delayed reaction, or he gigs himself somehow when he hopped the rope. Like, what the fuck? I don't know how he did that. So anyway, he's bleeding like crazy. He wins the buckshot, and then like the rest of Team Taz surrounds Paige, and Brian Cage shows up, and Paige has a mic, and he's like, as he's like bleeding like a stuck pig, he's just like cutting this promo casual as hell. So, and this guy's gonna show up, and this guy's gonna show up, and he basically tells Brian Cage to, not just leave the rest of the team out of it. Let's fight like men. Cage accepts because he's no sucker. Mama didn't raise no fool. So that's where that ends. And yeah, I mean, like, Hangman Page is cutting this promo while he's just bleeding profusely from some phantom injury is that is some cowboy shit, to put it bluntly. So, yeah, that was a weird way to end it. And the match itself wasn't bad either. We got a promo from Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston where it looks like they're going to bury the Young Bucks' shoes. Moxley calling the Bucks Rod and Todd Flanders, which I think was a quality burn. I think that's an amazing insult. Talks about the wars that he and Kingston have been through together on either side. Kingston says he and Moxley speak for the underdogs and the pressure's coming. Ooh, God, this is a spicy promo. I love this promo with the two of them. They always have such great chemistry. I just want them to put like a best of episode or a best of DVD compilation, just like Mox and Kingston promos, or just get them to do a shoot interview, like produced by AEW or something, and like that alone would just, or have them do a live show loop together. Wouldn't you love that? Like a 2-man show of Moxley and Kingston just talking mad shit about everybody. I could see that. I could see that drawing big business on tours, man. Make it happen, Conrad. Then we've got Orange Cassidy making his decision, or does he? Because I just saw someone say Moxley and Kingston sitcom. Yes, Jacob. So Orange Cassidy makes his decision, or does he? Because Pac shows up. He says that on Sunday, Orange will be irrelevant, and he'll be the one to beat Omega on Sunday. He calls it the champion, but we get Don Callis on the screen instead. I'm not even in the same building as you, Pac. Sure, you're not done. Callis tries to distract Pac as Omega sneaks in, but it backfires. The Good Brothers storm the ring. I don't know what the hell Luke Gallows is wearing up top, but like that was very weird. They beat on Pac. The Lucha Brothers make the save. And Omega wants to hit Pac with the One-Winged Angel. But then Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends arrive. Orange presents an envelope with the contract, and it's been torn to bits. Orange does a Superman punch to Omega, and then one to Pac. He holds the belt, and the crowd goes wild for this visual. And I kind of like perked up a bit inside when I saw that too. I'm like, it felt like Orange's decision was a foregone conclusion, but it was the way they weaved it all in, I thought it worked. So yeah, and we all knew it was going to happen. Like, I mean, I would have been shocked if they actually went that route. So actually, Orange, no, unless they like beat him up to justify it or something, or like they make him like sign it as he's unconscious or something. I don't know. Thank you. That Don Callis impression was spur of the moment, and I've never practiced it before, but don't ask me to try and it might slip in and out occasionally in this one. Jade Cargill, she has an open challenge, and Kylan King is answering the call. Mark Sterling Esquire has won the Jade Cargill sweepstakes. We learned that tonight because we saw in a pre-match interview where Jade's being interviewed. Matt Hardy butts in, and then Mark Sterling basically says, "Oh, she selected me, and I work pro bono, but I only get paid when she wins." And so I thought that was kind of cool. And then Matt Hardy is just like I forget what he said, the phrase he said, but it was like it was a phrase that in another context or delivery could have been considered polite. He's like, "Good luck in your future endeavors," or something like that. But yeah, so yeah, now we know Mark Sterling is going to be managing Jade, and what that means, who knows what that relationship's going to be like. But I'm curious to see. I've not seen much of Mark Sterling's work. And this King, I've never seen Kylan King's full entrance before. She does this like kind of like wavy taunt, like airplane taxiing thing in her entrance. That was a little surprising. Also, I'm surprised at her record. Like she's like 11-2 or something, which is great. I think Dark and Dark Elevation are great at giving wrestlers reputations and giving them reps for matches and stuff, helping build records like that. It's a lengthy match here. It's probably Jay's longest match I think she's had. And poor JR at some point in the show just loses his voice. I think on Twitter he chalked it up to allergies. So hopefully he gets better with that. King gets some shots in, but Cargill keeps her win streak alive and with her finisher move, Jaded. And there you go. More wins for Jade. What a break. Jake Roberts and Lance Archer, their turn in the crate, in the shipping crate somewhere. They wish Dante Martin well, but Lance wants Miro on Sunday so we can beat the hell out of him. TNT title match, kind of an unlikely pairing here as Miro defends against Dante Martin, who I learned on this show has been a singles guy because I forgot Darius was hurt. And unlike WWE, if a tag team partner is injured, they have the other person keeps working. They're not just put on the shelf forever like the Usos were. Although I think Lorcan's working though, even though Danny Burch is hurt. So I guess that stereotype is gone now. So Miro gets a huge pop. For a guy who's supposed to be this like evil heel, the fans at Full Sail were having none of that. And they chanted for Miro. They did Miro's gonna kill you. And yeah, Miro's so badass in this thing. He's so badass in this match, just music plays for 1 second of it. Just in the middle of the thing. Dante with a burst of offense and a couple of 1 counts, but Miro crushes him. The kick and the game over to win. Jake Roberts and Lance Archer pop out. Jake with, I don't know, he I don't think he makes the most of his minutes lately, this Jake. He has a weird rambly promo here. It's like about fairy tales and like, we don't live in fairy tales, man. And then he like does this bit where he's, I'm gonna speak in your language. I'm just gonna speak gibberish, and that's your language because you're not from here. Translation: shut the f up. Not Full Sail, Daly's Place. I'm sorry. There's an AI in there. That's where I got confused. AIL. That's sound ale. Full Sail, Daly, Full Saley's Place. Full Saley's Place. Come on, let's make it work. So yeah, Jake started out strong on this promo, but petered out pretty quickly, I think. So Miro cuts him off, taunts Archer. They have a bit of a scuffle. The referees break it up, but Archer gets the last shot in. So yeah, Miro looks like a beast and a bully against this much smaller Dante Martin. Makes him look like a proper prick. But it's going to be a different story on Sunday for sure. So then we go to Hikaru Shida celebrating 1 year as women's champion, which is a very notable accomplishment. I think it's awesome. She's done that belt proud, and that's really all that matters. In the last year, I can't think of too many instances of Shida having like a bad match. Like the program she had for like 3 weeks with Abaddon was strange, and I don't know. That was just kind of that felt flat to me, I think. But I think that, I don't think she had a match where I thought, oh, that sucked, or that, it was bad. No, I think she did fine. So she's done fine as champion for the last year. So she's carried the belt with pride. They give her a new one, and it's marginally different than the other one. It's like a bit bigger, and the design is a little cleaner than the original. So, yeah, it's a little bit bigger, a little bit upgrade here. And then you've got Britt Baker coming out as she's... first of all, you have Shida talking. There's a couple of people in the chat talking about how apparently the AEW Spanish announce team were mocking Shida's accent on air. I don't know about that. I'll have to go back and listen to it. Sucks if true. Unless Alex Abrahantes was there and just being super heel, like leaning into that shit, like Penta says, I'm going to be real racist now. But I don't know. I can't speak on that, but that is unfortunate if that is true. Britt Baker comes out to interrupt Shida, and she puts her over for her year, but says that when she wins the title on Sunday, she'll be the face of the whole era. And then she says, there's an era before me that was all about 316, and this one will be about DMD. I'm like, what? I thought that was a little weird that she just decided to invoke Austin 316 on this. Like, I'm sorry, Britt. Like, you're great, but I don't think this is your Austin 316 moment. I thought that was a bit presumptuous. I don't know if I'm reading too much into it. I just think it's like, why even bother that? Like, because then you're immediately just going to draw comparisons. And like, I know you're a heel and there's bombast, but I don't know. I didn't like that. Let's put it that way. Up next, Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky take on Uno and Grayson, the Dark Order. It was a hot mic because they went to commercial. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, there you go. Hot mics, man. Like I've worked in TV long enough to know to always act as if your microphone is on, even if you're in commercial. Like, that has happened. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen, folks. It's not pretty. And that's another example here. So, yeah, we've got Dark Order versus Paige and Sky. It's a hard-fought bout. Great babyface pop for Uno, too, and he gets the hot tag, too. Paige hits the Ego's Edge onto Uno to win. And then on the microphone, Paige talks some trash. Darby Allin showing up with a bunch of stingers, people in Sting masks. There's a scuffle, and then we get Sting under the Sting mask. Like, holy shit. Holy shit. It's like as soon as you saw that Sting come in there, but come on, who else could it be? Look at that hairline. There's no one else in your building who looks like that. Of course, it was the real Sting. So yeah, that was kind of a funny thing. That was the rebuttal that Darby and Sting had, and okay, like it doesn't make me want to see the match anymore, the show anymore, than like, you know, or that match, I should say. It doesn't make me want to, let me say that phrase again. It does not make me want to see the match any more than I already do, which I do marginally, because Sting is there. He's going to be wrestling. That's going to be fun. So yeah. And then the show ends on the Inner Circle celebration. You've got Eric Bischoff showing up to host the celebration. The Inner Circle come out. We got the whole arena singing Judas. I mean, that's what we're all waiting for. You love to see it. We get a very big highlight package on the Inner Circle and their year and a half or so in review. Santana, and they all speak their piece. Santana cutting the first promo, talking about how they carried the company through the pandemic, and Jake Hager talking about the hard times. Sammy talking about the journey that he and they have all been on. He says, I used to come out here wearing a panda head, you know. Ortiz doesn't say much in this. He's like, yeah, man, like that was beautiful. Like he doesn't say much here. Jericho comparing the crew to Guns N' Roses in '87, saying he loves his friends and everything. And they have their big celebration. MJF and Wardlow show up on the big screen. They're in the football stadium at the goalpost, and they reveal Dean Malenko has been beaten up and held hostage. Oh no, not Dean Malenko. It's like they did literally 1 week of seed planting for that one, because it was last week where Jericho and Malenko are talking to each other, and like you see the backstage, and like, yes, obviously, like in real life they've been friends for this whole time and everything, but I don't think it's really been acknowledged all that much on TV, except for maybe last week. And so it's like, bam, it's like, I feel that was a faster turnaround than no, that's not true. No, the one that did have a faster turnaround was when the Young Bucks had their parents show up, and then MJF and Jericho beat up his dad, or their dad. It's like, yeah, now that I think about it, it's the same kind of thing, whereas MJF like grabs the close friend. So Dean Malenko is held hostage, and Inner Circle run after them, but it's a trap. And so they've got the Pinnacle beat them all up. It's a pile driver party on tables and on the turf and everywhere. And so Inner Circle is left laying, and the Pinnacle stands tall. And that was that. That's the last segment you see for the show, which basically tells you that the Inner Circle is winning at Double or Nothing this Sunday. But if you want to hear more about that, I have a whole predictions video that came out yesterday, so you can check that out for my full predictions of Double or Nothing. And I guess I'll give this show a grade. I'm going to give this one a B, and I give it a high grade mostly because of the aura of the crowd being there and just the excitement of seeing that. So it gets some extra bonus points, some extra brownie points for me on this one. Paige and Janelle was a good match, and Paige, again, cutting this promo while bleeding profusely is an image I will never unsee. And then other Paige and Sky versus the Dark Order was a good match. Inner Circle celebration and the trap afterwards, the trap afterward I thought was pretty well done. And I think it was as far as the go home show, not the best, because like I don't think there's anything we learned in this week that we didn't learn or didn't know about last week, if that makes any sense. I just feel like it was there. Like the crowd was the biggest thing about it, and then there's some of the ways they built the show is like okay, thanks, I guess. Like we had the whole card like in stone 3 weeks ago, so it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of a struggle from there. Let's see here. What else? The weigh-in was stupid, and Baker 316 was my only real problem with it. My real problems with the show, I should say. So, yeah, that was the review. That was AEW Dynamite. It only took 24 minutes. Wow. Why does it take me so long? I think it's just it's the first show back jitters, man. I'm so giddy. It's crazy. So with that out of the way, let us go to the super chats. Fire and hang on. Fire Ice, $2. That's one creepy avatar there. Fire Ice. Jade is obviously joining the Pinnacle. I wonder. Like, they already have like such a large number of people. Like, with Wardlow and Tully, who I consider kind of secondary characters in there because Wardlow's always been the muscle. There's already like a lot of people in that group. Adding Jade, and then like you'd have Mark Sterling as well, or would you dump Mark Sterling? Or did you write this before we revealed Mark Sterling was the manager? I don't know, but I don't know. I don't see. I'd like to see like some female representation in like these super stables. We haven't really seen that yet, and so except for like the Nightmare Family, that's the only one I think, and the Dark Order as well. But like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think Jade is an island unto herself. I would hate to see after all the promos she's been cutting about how she's her own woman and everything that she would eventually join a group. I don't think she's like built for that yet. Maybe something down the line, but at this point, no. Hopefully, I would disagree. Jacob Donnelly, $5. Britt Baker is an absolute star. The crowd pop was so loud you would think she was a babyface. Yeah, they were definitely into it and definitely doing the DMD along with her. Can't wait for her to become champion. I think she will probably win the belt as well. Dakota Ham, they should have gimmicked the scale. I would love to see something where, like, yeah, a Gogo somehow fixes it that he's like 50 pounds heavier or something. They're like, no, this is completely false. You're almost the same size. What are you talking about, you weirdo? Or it's like, no. Like, we got to do this in kilometers. What am I? Yeah, the idiot American. Kilos. That's the one, I think. I don't know. Let's see here. Parker Soul saying, if in Vegas, am I going to the Summerfest? Ooh, I've been thinking about this a lot in the last few days since it was rumored that Vegas was going to get it, and now we don't know yet. Still not knowing that one. If it does go to Vegas, I'll be very torn about it. I think I could justify going like for the night, honestly. Like, I don't think it's going to be a situation where I'm there for like several days. I don't think it's like, I don't want to go to Las Vegas in August. I've done it before. It's not fun. It's triple degree heat at like in the middle of the night. I remember going years ago with my girlfriend, my then girlfriend, now my wife, and we were there on just a trip. Like, this is I want to say like at least 15 years ago. Yes, I'd say it's about 15 years ago. We went to Vegas in August, and I was like, it's 3 a.m. We're out there in the strip. I'm like, why am I melting? It's 3 in the goddamn morning. Why is it so hot outside? And we were also downwind to some of the septic tank stuff they were doing at like the MGM Grand or something. So it was the most, it's a very memorable experience in Vegas, let's just say. So I don't know if I'm down for Vegas in August in general. It's a very different climate in Reno. It's not quite the same. But yeah, like that's pretty much my only real hurdle at this point, and also just like the scheduling, because my schedule is filling up a lot more now, and I just don't feel I could justify going. Maybe we'll see. I mean, it is close. It is a very short flight, so I mean, I could justify doing it for like a night or something. I'll let y'all know. Is all I'll say. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Let's see here. Then we got Mo Ali Z, or Zed if you're Canadian, who just dropped some money but didn't post a comment. So thank you for that. You've been. I regret not writing a message. Well, there you go. Get those Matthew get the edibles. You won't notice the heat. I think that would make it worse, if I'm being honest. I wouldn't. I feel like I would notice everything more. Not that I know. I am Error. 199. Thoughts on Andrade being in the Battle Royal? Maybe. Like, we'll see. I honestly, anytime a wrestler leaves, I go into every show with like zero expectation of like any surprises, or like if it's a mystery person, or if there's even like the remote possibility of surprises and intrigue. I'm like, I don't even want to think about it. Just like, let me sit back and let's just see what happens. Like, I don't want to fucking try and guess who the surprise Rumble entrants are going to be every year, because I don't think I would ever be right if I tried that. I don't want to know who's going to debut in this Battle Royal. Just let me bask in the surprise on my own. So let's see here. What do we got? I think that's it for super chats. Probably not going to be doing this for too much longer. I promised I'd try to get out of here at the end of the hour. Let's see here. God, there's a lot of big news this week, though, too. Kevin and Go asks about Tom Phillips being let go by WWE. That surprises me because I thought he was like next in line, basically behind Michael Cole, like the way he's been positioned for so long. It's weird hearing about Jimmy Smith from UFC joining Raw after Adnan Virk just leaves. Like the solution they have is just let's bring in these outsiders from a different sport doing commentary and drop them into wrestling. And I know that Jimmy Smith has done analyst work for NXT before, so it's like kind of a Pat McAfee situation where he's like sprinkled in and then eased into something else. But it's like his bread and butter is UFC, and I feel it's similar to, I mean, all the way back to the rumors of Vince wanting to hire Mike Goldberg and fire Jim Ross. Like this is eons ago. That's when it all began. And I don't know, it just seems like that's not the answer. And like when you have a whole pipeline of other announcers, I would assume, ready to go in the WWE programming, like why would you like keep going outside is my thing about that. Here we go. Lane Odell, love the videos. Which match for Double or Nothing will be the sleeper pick for match of the night? Ooh, there's a couple of options for that one that I'm looking forward to. I think Miro and Lance Archer could be a rocket buster, to borrow a phrase from someone who has nothing to do with this matchup. Yeah, I think that's going to be it's going to be a rocket buster, as my good friend Taz would say. There, I incorporated Jake Roberts and how it works. So there's that. I think Young Bucks and Moxley and Kingston's going to be great. I'm looking forward to that a lot. And I think that the triple threat's going to be fantastic. I think it's going to be such a great story, and I'm really hopeful that I know Orange ain't going to win, but I would hope that he's going to tell a good story to get there. Let's see here. Them's my picks. Fire Ice, $10 again. AEW filled the void that a stale WWE left. No 50-50 matches, no garbage, good stuff. Yes, I mean, I would say that's one thing that's different about AEW is you rarely see frequent rematches. Like, they happen, but I feel they space them out a lot. And so I applaud them for that and for that restraint. Let's see here. And no sexist garbage either is good too. Although I will say they still make their own they still make their own questionable decisions with women sometimes. I think it was a weird period where Red Velvet was just kind of the Brandy Rhodes surrogate for a long time. Oh, Brandy's off and pregnant. Here, Red Velvet, step in for all these positions where for all these situations in which otherwise Brandy would be the obvious go-to person for this. And you also, and you're also black, and you have the same length of hair, and I don't know, it's weird is all I'm saying. Why do I hate JD? Which JD? I don't know who I hate. I don't know. Root Burr. Where do I see Sting and Darby go after the pay-per-view? I don't know. That's going to be a weird thing where Sting is just going to have to be like, you've learned enough from me, and he swings off on a fucking rope and we don't see him for a while. Oh, here we go. Mo Ali Zed, once again. Thoughts on the Hogan racist rant? Did his friend Bischoff comment? Z from Screwjob City. I'm sure Bischoff has commented on the sex tape and the racist rant, but I don't know what he said. Thoughts on the racist rant? It was helly racist. I don't know what else to say about it. And I think that it's like, I want to let it go and I want to forgive Hogan, but I don't think he's made the right. It's like the closest thing he came to an apology was saying, "Hey, brother, you never know when those cameras are around." Like, that's not a fucking apology. Like, no, I think that was garbage. And, the fact that he and Titus O'Neil were guest hosts for Mania together, when like Titus was one of the most outspoken people against him. I thought that was some interesting stuff. Any more context? Oh, JD from New York. I don't hate JD from New York. I don't have a problem with him at all. I had him on Internet Darlings. He's a mensch. No, I don't hate him. When have I said I hated him or don't like him? I don't know. Where'd I get the shirt? I got this off of Pro Wrestling Tees, but this was like a limited, like getting rid of edition. Like once they're gone, they're gone. So I think I don't know if I have. I don't think they're selling these anymore. is the short answer. Any more context with the Bit My Groin promo? I'm pretty sure there's a match that I have that's somewhere. I have no idea who might have it. But I had another match with that same guy, DeFool the Butcher, some months before. And I guess there's at one point, it has to be that match because I can't think of any other match where it would have happened. But I'm pretty sure he bites me in the groin, or at least pretends to. Or it might, I don't know. Like, it's just something I haven't thought about in a long time. You'd think he would remember something like that, you know? But I don't know. I guess I've been hitting the head a couple times too many. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess it's still a mystery until I find that other match, which I will then put on Regrettable Matches. I've got another Regrettable match coming up that's in the can that will be released soon in the next week or so. Let's see here. Oh, thank you, Terrell. Brian is in Quizzlemania. I want to go back to Quizzlemania. One day, I'll try and reclaim my crown. Let's see here. I'm going to wrap this up in like 2 minutes. So, super chatters, get your last comments in right now. Let's see here. What else to talk about? The YouTube championship match for YouTube title match aired today. Gentleman Jervis versus Jack Cartwheel / Jack Cartwright. Go check that out. That dropped this morning. Mo Ali Z, you're the best. Thanks a lot. Am I still selling merch? Where? I'll tell you where. You can see it on ProWrestlingTees.com / wrestlingwithregret. That's where all my shirts are. And you'd think I would have worn one of my own damn shirts for this show. But let's see here. Yes, I'm at 316,000 subs. 316. Nice. Tony Khan's promo regarding WWE and New Japan. Yeah, that was some just trolling from Tony Khan. I thought that was great. And he was dead on. It's like, how is WWE all these talks with New Japan when like AEW's doing all the stuff with them and Impact's doing stuff with them? It's a weird conversation, and I feel it's not going to go anywhere. That's my bold prediction, and I know it spawned a whole million fucking fantasy matchups on Twitter. You know, I just don't think it's going to happen. I'll believe it when I see it. Is all I'm saying. But that promo was funny, where there's only room for one con in this wrestling business. The con man. Trakes, did I ever give my thoughts on WWE having Crunchyroll make them an anime series? I'm sure I did. I think I heard about that and I thought, cool. Can't wait to review that on Animation Month and then have my shit taken down. My Tiger Mask W review was blocked many moons ago by, I think it was Toei. I think it was just like, yeah, spotted out from Content ID. So they got me dead to rights, so I guess I have to try and like chop it up and fix it or something if I want. Fire Ice, $5. You rule, buddy. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Bippity Bop, thoughts on Riddle using the RKO? Cool. Like, I mean, it's obviously driving up a storyline with him and Randy. I think that's hilarious. And we're from Earth. I love that bit. Let's see here. What else to plug? Next week's review is going to be Victory Road 2009. Yes, the show that features that match. You know what I'm talking about. Then I've got what else coming down the pike? That's the one you got to look for. We've got more Do It for the Content in 2 weeks. Levi Shapiro is going to be in action. Stay tuned for that. Regrettable Match will be coming out not this Monday, but the following Monday. But this Monday will be Double or Nothing, the review. Excuse me. Hope you enjoyed this review of Friday Night Dynamite, and stay tuned for either later tonight or early tomorrow morning when Jay Biggs presents the SmackDown review. And then, of course, Double or Nothing happening on Sunday, and I'll be there with a review. Jay Biggs will not be with me on that one. He is going to be out of town for the weekend. He's going to be in Napa Valley. So good luck with that, good sir. And we are going to, we'll see you again very soon. Live show, not doing this next Friday because I will be out of town. So there will not be an AEW review. I just because of that. So my apologies, and I hope you can accept this rare appearance on live YouTube as a small consolation for that. And so I do want to get back to the live stuff eventually, more regularly. Thank you for everyone who's been watching this. Gosh, 300 and some odd people watching. We're at 311. Now down is just playing in my head. And that's the numbers change now. Anyway, folks, thank you so much for watching this live stream of my Friday Night Dynamite review. I'm Brian Zane. I will see you next time. And the influencer loves ya.